Breaking news out of Chemung County tonight where it's happened again. A home explosion in Horseheads, and neighbors say they smelled gas before the house blew. You're looking at video taken by a viewer just moments after the explosion. Good evening, everyone. I'm Scott Cook.
I'm Jennifer Sheehan. Thanks for joining us at WENY HD News at 11. It happened at 3054 Camden Avenue in Horseheads, just a mile and a half from the home on Joseph Street that blew up in 2011, killing a toddler. In the same general area south of I-86, another home exploded on Fox Street a few years ago. Kelly Meyer has been there most of the night and joins us live with the latest. Kelly?
Jennifer, you can still see the house that's smoking behind me, and fire crews are still on the scene. Now, I spoke with a neighbor who lives next door, and he was home when the explosion happened and said it cracked the windows in his basement and shook his whole house. He said that he saw the man who was inside the house next door leaving the house, but we still have no official word on his condition. I also spoke with the assistant fire chief, who said that they were unable to comment and said it's being under investigation by state police. We also spoke with NYSEG, who were unable to give any more information. Now, we'll have more details for you as they become available, but right now in Elmira Heights, Kelly Meyer, WENY HD News.
All right, thank you, Kelly. And WENY HD's Candace Cole was also on the scene earlier tonight, and she talked to some neighbors.
I heard that the person across the street from it was watering her plants or in her garden, and it knocked her off the ground when it happened.
All right, and Candace is here with us now. Now, I understand the man that we just were listening to, you also talked to the woman he was referring to, and she was a key player in this.
Right, Scott. He was talking about Cheryl Birch, who lives almost directly across the street from the house that blew up. And she's the one that made the 911 call right before 8 o'clock this evening. Now, she told me she was on her front porch when she saw the house burst into flames. She said it was so loud that she thought an airplane had crashed nearby. Mrs. Birch told me the neighbors living in that house were Brian Marr and his mother, who we only know as Mrs. Fabio. She told me Brian was in the basement when the house exploded, and another neighbor, Alex Melville, was able to get him out of the house. Other neighbors we spoke to said Mrs. Fabio made it out okay and that Brian was transported to the hospital.
And I was driving down to get gas, and I was probably about like 5 houses down. Then my car shook, and then I looked back in my rearview mirror, and just the whole front of the house just blew out and then blew up into flames.
As you can see, it definitely destroyed and gutted the whole full part of the house. So I know it did take a lot of water. They needed more tankers, and they have hose all the way down to the end of where it turns onto Lenox. So that's how much hydrant water they needed. So.
And now, as we also said earlier, there were also reports of a smell of gas in the area, and NYSEG was also on the scene as I was leaving, but nothing's been confirmed yet.
Yeah, we've been trying to get in touch with NYSEG all night. We've been calling cell phones, office phones, still no word from them. But all indications do point, especially the way the house went up so quickly, that there was natural gas involved, although that has not been confirmed yet. Right now, we're going to go to Joe for your first forecast with some rain on the way.